LeBron is looking at this like, we got to get a win. And I don't think he's going to go out there thinking, let me get 36, 37 points. I think he's going to be thinking, let us do what we have to do to get this win, because obviously every win counts for them. And Anthony Davis being there, if AD was not playing, then I would think LeBron probably gets it. But with AD playing, I think he'll be in the 30s. I think LeBron will be high 20s, maybe low 30s, and then get it. And part of this might be wishful thinking, Nick, on my point. I kind of would love for him to do it Thursday against Giannis and the Bucks. I just think there's something poetic about him doing it kind of against the next guy, right? Giannis is kind of that next guy, we think. So I think that would be fantastic if he does it against Giannis.
The Bucks also obviously Kareem's original team. And so there is that part of it, and Giannis.
Yes.
Both of these games, though, are on national television. The Thunder are on a back-to-back, and the Warriors, without Steph Curry, just hung, I think, 140 on him.
Yeah.
I do think he's going to get it tonight. And I would like him to get it tonight, and I would hope that once LeBron James literally has scored more points in the regular season, already has the most points in the postseason, we are allowed to have this conversation, Brew. Why is he not considered one of, if not the greatest scorer ever? So I want to put up the list of guys who are in that conversation, and we can show you their career numbers. So obviously LeBron's going to have the most points. He's already got 6,000 more than Jordan, 5,000 more than Kobe, and 12,000 more than Durant. Jordan is the only guy on this list who averages more points than LeBron. Kareem is the only guy on this list who does it more efficiently. I know this will shock people while Kevin Wildes plays music.
I was trying to
research things during the segment because pre-show Wildes is out here doing weird and wonderful highlights instead of actually his job. So here's the question I would have for you, Brew, is this. If I will fold my hand on Michael Jordan is a better scorer than LeBron James, because I'm not really interested in having that argument. Just say, you know what, give Jordan scoring. LeBron, luckily, is better at everything else, but we don't have to have that debate. What is the argument for guys such as Kobe Bryant and Kevin Durant to be considered better scorers than LeBron James, other than they did it more gracefully and in a prettier fashion? But as far as actually being able to put the ball in the basket, why is LeBron, after tonight or Thursday, not at the very least the second best scorer of all time?
Well, I don't think I'd go second best, but as you said, a lot of people don't even put him in the conversation. And I think you alluded to a good point, Nick. It's the grace. Kobe, Jordan, Kareem with the sky hook, Durant, as smooth as he is as a 7-footer. People think, wow, look how natural it comes to them. And LeBron is like a Mack truck. And so I do think that is part of why people don't view him as a scorer. I also would say this. What's his go-to shot? That's the thing. Like, Kareem obviously had the sky hook. Jordan had the mid-range, arguably the best mid-range shooter ever. Durant is a mid-range assassin. LeBron is not a great jump shooter, not a great three-point shooter. Now, he can drive, obviously, but he really doesn't have that go-to shot. And I think that is one reason I'm with you in that. Look, if you score 27 points a game and you do it efficiently, you're a great scorer. Like people ripping Shaq. Oh, Shaq, all he did was dunk. So? Nobody could stop it. That makes him a great scorer.
Thing.
But I would say that the no go-to shot is one thing people probably look at with LeBron.
But I would argue Kobe didn't have a go-to shot. Kobe tried to, but he wouldn't make them. LeBron's a better three-point shooter than Kobe. And Durant, this is actually a compliment to him. I don't look at him as a single go-to shot. I look at him as anywhere on the court can be his go-to shot. Because he's
like a great shooter.
Great shooter from everywhere.
Period.
But Jordan developed a go-to shot. We all know it. Kareem obviously did. But it's not. I don't think Kobe had a go-to shot. You seem apoplectic, Wildes.
No, I'm not apoplectic, but I have a legit question, and I don't want it to come off sarcastic. He's got one scoring title, so I think that hurts.
Yeah.
Is the fact that a guy like Iverson or McGrady the fact that they tailed off at the end of their career. Specifically, let's talk about Iverson, who I think averaged over 30, maybe 3, maybe 4 times in his career. But once you get that second time in Philly, the Memphis years, that takes everything down, so it suppresses his number.
But it doesn't actually.
Look at LeBron.
Hold on.
His numbers are higher because everyone else's are suppressed.
But that would only be a good argument if LeBron's career was the length of Jordan's, where he only played 12 years.
No, but he's done it consistently.
But
he's done consistently
great. I'm gonna lose my mind.
What?
That's the whole point. The whole point is LeBron is so.
Is LeBron a better scorer than Allen Iverson?
Yeah, and the answer is unequivocally yes.
All right, I would say unequivocally no.
Okay, well, hold on. Let's stay here for a second, because I think the scoring title thing is a very interesting point. Because what have we seen in years 19 and 20 for LeBron? Due to circumstances, most notably Rob Pelinka's terribly built roster and Anthony Davis's injury, he has, for the first time since his early Cleveland days, Brew, had to score at a super high volume in order for his team to stay afloat. And he instantly started averaging 30 a game for the first time since he was in his early 20s.
Also scoring up all over the league.
Okay, that's fine, but he's doing it at a hyper-efficient level and 30-plus a game. So my point is, if his goal was to win scoring titles, LeBron James in his entire career has had 0 games, where he's taken more than 36 shots. Jordan had 41 playoffs and regular season combined. Jordan, and this is not a knock on Jordan, but Jordan it was the best way for his team to win was for him to lead the league in scoring. LeBron, that has not been the case until these last couple of years, and these last couple of years, he's damn near led the league in scoring. But when he almost did it last year, y'all were crucifying him for that too, if you remember. You said that's what mattered more to him.
No, I did not say that. That's not true. That's not true.
Oh, you're relying on the fact that our audience wasn't the morning audience.
I never said it mattered more.
You and Rick Bucher had a secret handshake, and they were like, hey, how are we going to knock LeBron for scoring 40?
I never said that.
He was selfish. I think he's showing he could have won a bunch of scoring titles.
Oh, he could have. He chose not to.
Correct.
I once asked LeBron, and this is right in the middle of his prime when he was leading Miami to championships, if he went out just to score, like if he looked at himself as a scorer, how much does he think he can average? And it was about 35 points a game. And I tend to believe that because you're right, Nick. Like right now, he's playing more like just a true small forward, right? I'm going to go get buckets, and he's getting 30 at this age and stage of his career. But I think part of it, Nick, like I said, no go-to shot because you can't say LeBron's a great shooter. He's not. He gets streaky from three-point land, but offensively, in terms of scoring, he drives the ball, and people give him that because of his athleticism and his size. So it's like Karl Malone. You don't think of him as like a great scorer, but he scored a lot. And so I think LeBron also, Nick, not thinking of himself as a scorer.
Well, that's the other thing.
I think that's part of it too. Like, I would agree with you on Kobe. Kobe was not an efficient scorer. He was a volume shooter, all right? And I would agree with you on that. But LeBron himself has never felt like, I'm a scorer. And I think maybe that is part of why people don't view him as one of the great scorers. But now I think once he gets his record,
it's going to be
I don't think how in the world can you not view him as a great scorer?
It all kicks off Super Bowl Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern on Fox.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.